Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it is Saturday, BOLO day, and despite sales being a little bit slow, we still found some great stuff for you. So take it. Oh, wow, this looks like a phone.
Yeah. Looks like an old school phone.
It does.
My kids probably never seen one in their life. They don't know what the little dial is for, but
I've actually got a rotary cell phone. Those are hard to find.
and look at the plug on it. That is even old school. Yeah, got to be 1960s or 70s, right?
Oh yeah.
Anyways, it's a vintage ITT table rotary phone, black model 500, and went for $30, which isn't crazy money. Maybe if it was in mint condition, it would go for $50. But they are out there, I'm sure, and they're probably $5 at any sale.
Well, the big thing is, black is one of the most common colors.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get an oddball color, they go for good money.
That is true, yeah.
So black is just a
I know the red's
color.
popular because they convert them to the Batman bat phone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So do pick them up when you see them out there. And obviously, I'm sure you didn't test that.
No, right.
I don't think there's a lot that goes wrong with them, generally speaking.
Right.
But
so for the color, don't be like Wesley Snipes and always bet on black.
that would be true.
That's
Although,
right.
Then again, if you make $32 off of 5, you can't go. You're never going to go broke doing that.
That's true, yeah. So then
Never
you can
gonna
bet
go
on
broke.
black. Gotcha. All right. Moving on. Paul Orth, wrestler, autographed 8.5 by 11 photo. This was sitting around in some box. We didn't know who he was. We listed him, and he sold for $40. So.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that. The question, I guess, is how common or rare is that autograph? And, who knows?
I don't think it's common, but he's also not very popular.
Right.
So, if it was someone rare, I did find some rare ones we're going to list this week, so they should go for $100 to $150, yeah.
Nice. No Roger Moore.
No, definitely not. Next up, LeBron James Julius Irving 0809 UD emulation dual patch. This was sold, canceled, and rebought by the same guy for $80. So.
Now, is that I guess you see online all these sales of the patch cards go for $10,000 and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is it's an older LeBron one. It's not a rookie one. It's not signed. It's not numbered. That's why it's $80. So but if you get a rookie one or you get a numbered one, or obviously a signed one's gonna be huge. But other than that, that's about it.
So they didn't number those, but how many of them could they possibly have made?
Man, I mean, back in the day, I heard they can get hundreds and hundreds of those patches off a jersey.
Okay.
But they might not all be for this card. They might be
Different
this patch
sets.
for other cards and so forth of LeBron.
Right.
So next up, this is kind of a con job. Welcome back, Cotter Barberino, 1976 Mattel toy figure in pack. I mean, the package isn't that bad.
No, it's not bad.
It went for $35. I mean, loose it's probably $25. So
Yeah,
really,
right.
You're not really getting much more for mint condition in the package. So
So it's one of those, just be cautious when buying.
Yeah, I'm wondering, say if I had two of them like that and you opened one up and listed the figure mint, you probably get the same price, I bet. Just saying, hey, this is mint condition, loose style, you can display it instead of like, some collectors may not care, where the package is a
You
little
probably
rough.
think you get $5 for the package back too.
There you go. Always thinking. Next up, I deal in anything when I can make money. Nintendo Game Boy Color CGB 001 Yellow Pokemon Pikachu Edition handheld. Went for $66. I got this from my book buddy that comes in and sells me all kinds of stuff. He had a couple different Nintendo handhelds. I don't know what I gave him. I probably gave him $20 a piece. I usually pay him about a third to 40% of what average sold price is. So, he leaves me a little money on the table, and I can afford to sell them for a little discount because I'm paying less than half.
Right.
So,
nice.
but and he does test them, and he says everything he has is great working condition. Next up, Evel Knievel Formula One Dragster Ideal number 3426 vehicle figure box. Surprisingly, I mean,
That seems low
yeah,
too.
this varies from $50 to $100. I mean,
Is it common? It's got to be.
yeah, but with the box and everything, I would think it'd go for about 80. We had it up for 90 on sale. The figure isn't that bad. Usually the clothes are real dirty. This piece looks to be in great shape. This is missing the stickers, and this is the piece. Remember, I said I had the replacement stickers in the package, but it had a Star Wars logo, so I kept it. So maybe without the stickers, it's worth a little less. But I would think went a little cheap. Again, I'm not a toy seller per se on eBay.
Well,
so,
plus it also has the directions too.
Yeah,
which adds
so
value.
it looks like it's complete. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next up, I'll deal in anything. 1995 Lennox Carousel Canister 8-inch coffee decorative porcelain jar, $40. Again, I got it from the same guy, and I pay even less on breakables, and he knows it. I might pay 25%. So if this was selling for 40 or 50 bucks, I probably paid 10 to 15 bucks on it.
Right.
So, and like I told him, I'm taking a chance. It could get damaged. I really don't want to deal in this stuff. It's got to be cheap. Last up for me, the Beatles 1964 signature design wallpaper, 24 by 18 cut section. 40 bucks.
Wow.
I think I took on this. I've had this listed for 2 years, and like I said, it's just a piece, of the wallpaper. So imagine what a complete.
Cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah.
That is cool for that. Yeah, that actually makes up for some of those other sales.
And in condition, I probably got it with Beatles stuff. Probably didn't pay much for it at all.
Right. That Girl. I actually sold 2 That Girls in the same week. Why I had 2 That Girl listed, I can't honestly tell you.
Wow.
Marlo Thomas. However, if you have kids around, send them outside for a minute. Sometimes dirty stuff is found in places you would not expect it. Yep. So I ended up putting that picture up, and did that help the sale? It very well may have. Who knows? So you just never know. There are some comic books out there that are the same way, that have some just crazy, crazy stuff in them, covers and all that, and that's why they end up selling.
Is it because of what she's saying?
Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Mr. Magazine deals and that kind of stuff, not me. Up next, Denison Party Book, 1922, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, April Fools. Unfortunately, no Halloween in here, but it did go for $40. Nice. Denison is something.
Cool artwork.
Very cool artwork, definitely. Yep. And Denison is.
So it tells you how to make these things?
Yeah. If you were setting up for party and all that stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
Denison's is they always sell. So if you see the Denison name on something or other from back in the 20s and 30s and before, definitely pick it up. It will definitely sell. Up next, The Chains, sheet music as recorded by the Cookies, 1962. $44.22. One of those that I picked up at a church sale for $0.25. And I couldn't find any of them out there. And I just said, I'm going to put $44. I think I took a $35 offer on it, something rather like that. Happy to have it go. I just pulled the price out of the air on it. I had no idea. I just could not find any of them out there. Obviously a rare piece of sheet music. And now somebody has it in their collection.
Wow, nice. Good job.
Yeah, to them as well. Menlo Atherton High School Yearbook 2014, California, a little more. $36 out of this. Where I picked up a Menlo Atherton High School Yearbook from California, I have no idea.
It's only 11 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. A lot of times the newer stuff sells better than the old stuff in the yearbook. Certainly better than the stuff from the
I'm assuming if you went to that school, you could make money selling them all. If you bought like 100 of these.
Yeah.
They couldn't have cost $36.
Back then, probably not, yeah.
Wow.
There you go. Back to school. Mr. Magazine is going back to school. He's going to do the triple Lundy. Holdet Unbreakable Combs, new old stock, vintage Leo Minster, Mass Tilton, and Cook on card. $20.24. Person paid full boat on this over here. One of those things that I tend to buy this kind of stuff when I see it out there. I don't tend to list it fast enough or often enough, but it does sell from time to time, which is why I end up continuing buying it. You end up paying 50 cents, 35 cents, something rather like that for something rather like this, and it goes for $20. And you say, I should probably list some more.
Yeah.
And then you forget to do it.
Nice.
WW2 newspaper, Rochester Democrat and Chronicle, May 8, 1945, VE Day, $36.25. Just a nice newspaper. Somebody or other probably wanted that for the headline, I would think. They're going to frame it up and put it. Oh, no, this actually, now that I think about it, this actually went to a museum.
Wow.
A museum in France. So I'm assuming they're going to be doing something or other with it. Up next, Mission in the Mountains, Malibali, Philippines, Photolet. I took a $20 offer on it. I'm having way too much fun tonight. I took a $20 offer on this. It was something or other that was sent out asking for donations.
Okay.
And so it's essentially junk mail. And $20 out of junk, or $20 out of junk mail. Can't argue with that.
Wow.
Also can't argue with trying to sell this for $3 at Whatnot and getting heckled off the site and then saying, fine, I'll show you, and listing it over on eBay and having it sell.
Some people never learn.
Within a week. Williams Grove Amusement Park, a lot of 14 tickets, Cumberland County, Pennsylvania. Now, I thought 14 tickets for $3 was very, very reasonable. I thought people would be able to make good money on
$3
that.
a piece, really, because you sold them for $2.
Yeah. I sold $3 for the whole bunch. Yeah, I was giving stuff away. But nobody wanted it. Nobody wants my stuff at good prices. And finally today, overseas equipment, Abercrombie & Fitch. I like girls who wear Abercrombie & Fitch.
How old is this?
1918, 1917.
Holy cow, wow.
I didn't even know they were out
That's
back then.
impressive.
Nice shape, too, on that. $124.25 hit the opening bid. Chinese food makes me sick. Just that old, and it literally is about pocket size. A little taller to fit in your pocket, but the width would be pocket size.
When did they start? I mean, I feel like that's cheap for that now. I mean, think of like some of their catalogs that are 10 years old go for $50.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
I just put up for $124.25. I couldn't find any others on there. I said, what the heck? I was into it absolutely right. So quite happy about that over there. Do hit the like button if you could. That would also make me quite happy. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.